You've been watching YouTube videos for years, but every time you think about starting or making some content, you stop. You start having doubts like, I'm not 22, I'm not going to be dancing, I'm not going to be pointing at all these things, I'm not going to do any of that. And the good thing is, you don't have to. It may feel that after 40, you've missed the boat in creating content. Let me assure you, you have not. And in fact, you have more skills and more experience that can help you create more content than everybody because you have something that they don't: practical experience. So in this video, we're going to cover 5 things that can help you start creating today. And some of them could even help you create hundreds of pieces of content. My name's Matt. I'm from Gabber Media. Over the last 10 years, we've been creating content, getting millions of views, hundreds and thousands of listens, and we want to share everything that we have with you to get you creating. Tip number 1, solve a problem. The easiest and most immediate way to create a piece of content is to create one that solves a problem. If you work in the service industry, you're a coach, you work in finance, wherever you are, I'm sure you've had people ask you the same questions over and over and over again. You can film yourself answering these questions. And the nice thing is, even if these questions have been answered before on the internet, or there's YouTube videos out there that do answer these questions, they're not going to be in your voice and they're not going to be with your experience. I'm sure that if you've been on YouTube and you've looked at advice to get started on YouTube, you've come across hundreds of videos. This video is another one of those, but it's my video about it. It's how I think about these things. And I think solving a problem can be more powerful than just answering a question, because what's really behind the question is a problem, and a problem that we want to solve with our videos. And if you extrapolate this out, it's like if you solve one problem, there might be the next piece that comes along, and your experience can help you point those things out. But take it easy on yourself. Solve one problem per video, and you can have hundreds of videos right there. Tip number 2, borrow fame. Here's what I mean by this. If you've watched the internet long enough, you have probably seen somebody commenting on something that already exists. You may have seen a reaction video. This is the video where they show you the clip and then somebody comes in and they talk about it. I would call that borrowing fame. It's kind of your 2 cents on something that has already been established. That way you already know everything about that video works. One of the most successful videos that I've ever done is borrowing fame for sure for a podcast that I do, where I referenced a band, Korn, and their song Blind. And I said that in the first 60 seconds of that song, the band had changed music. But it's not me who changed music, it's Korn. So people who are interested in that band would be interested in that content, and then they see me, and I'm the person who's talking about this. So then I get associated with those bands. Look at borrowing fame as a way for you to get your 2 cents in on something that has already been established. Tip number 3, have a format. The videos that we've done on this channel so far have been related to 5 examples, a list of 5. And the reason why we did that is because the list of 5, or the top 5, is very established in a very well-known format. Reaction videos, like we talked about in Borrow Fame, that's a format. So a format just helps you say, okay, that's what this is. If you're going to rant in your car, that's a format. If you're going to show the process of doing something, like I like watching people detail a car, that's a format. They just set up the camera and they show every aspect of cleaning the car. But that's the format. We're going to capture every single aspect of doing this. Whatever your format is, and there's hundreds of formats, you can work with one for a while, make it your own, but it takes the creative weight off of your shoulders to come up with, what am I going to do with this video? It's like, oh, I'm going to do this. Number 4, start with where you are. Everything that it takes to create content past you and your phone costs money. So if you have you and you have your phone, you have everything that you need. What about editing? You don't need to do much editing. You can just let it go. The main thing about this tip is that you just need to start with where you are, and how you first appear is usually how people will expect to see you in the future. You will not want to put a lot of burden on yourself when you're starting to learn how to organize your thoughts. If you're worried about, hey, I got to do 72,000 cuts and I got to make it all over the place, and you're not going to do it. Start with where you are. Where you are, well, I can pull up my phone and I can talk directly into the camera about this thing that I know. Start there. Absolutely start there. It's it's the most honest place to start. One of my friends wanted to start, and their first video was so hyper edited, and because it was their first video, the algorithms really didn't pick it up. Didn't really get well known. Not a lot of people saw it. There hasn't been a video number 2. We want to make multiple videos. Get your idea, solve the problem in the format that you choose, and start filming. Tip number 5, know who you're here for. Who is this content for? When we first start creating, some of the content may be very much for ourselves. It might be, I wish I would have known this when I first started. That's a great piece of content to make. Some of the content might be, I just want to talk about this. That's great. But if you're making a piece of content for the internet at large, you have to know who it's for. That means I'm not here for an 18-year-old creator. Could they use these tips? 100%. Absolutely. But I'm over 40. I want to start creating content, and I want to help other over 40 people create content. Will I help anybody who's 18, 20, 30s? Of course. Who's my target? People that are over 40. Am I talking to people who don't want to create content? They could watch these videos. These videos could get served to them, but they're not who I'm trying to reach. I'm talking to somebody who wants to start making content. That's why all of this content is around helping you get started, giving you the faith in yourself that you can do this. Because I know you can. Because just like you, I've been on the other side of this screen watching every video about how to get started. And truly, I'm here to tell you, you can use any of these tips, but none of it works unless you do. Unless you pick up your phone, choose one of these things to do, and then just start doing it. So let's pick up the phone this week. Let's make some content. I would be so excited to hear about what you're making, watch what you're doing. Let me know in the comments what you have. I read the replies. It's me. I'm out here in them digital streets. Let me know, and we'll see you on the next one.